Dubai. The name itself brings to mind images of shimmering skyscrapers, luxury cars, and extravagant lifestyles. But behind the glitz and glamour lies an incredible story of transformation, a journey from a humble desert settlement to a global powerhouse in just a few short decades. This isn't just a story about a city, it's a story about the visionary leadership of one family, the Maktoum Dynasty, who turned an arid patch of sand into an oasis of opportunity. Let's rewind to the early 1800s. Dubai was little more than a quiet fishing village on the edge of the vast Arabian desert. The people here lived simple lives, relying on dates, fish, and pearling to survive. Their homes were built from mud and palm leaves, a stark contrast to the steel and glass giants that stand today. At this time, the powerful Bani Yas tribe ruled the nearby Liwa oasis. Within this tribe were two related factions, the Al Bufala, who would become the ruling family of Abu Dhabi, and their cousins, the Al Bufalasa. Tensions between tribal groups were common, and they often boiled over into conflict. A pivotal moment arrived in 1833. A wedding feast was held in Liwa, intended to bring rival families together and forge peace. But instead of celebration, it turned into a massacre. The Al Bufalasa branch was decimated. In the aftermath, two cousins, Ubayd bin Said and Maktoum bin Beauty, knew they had to lead their surviving people to safety. They journeyed north, eventually discovering a small, sheltered creek on the Arabian Gulf. It was the perfect natural harbor, a place where they could settle and trade. This marked the true beginning of Dubai as we know it, founded by refugees seeking a new start. In these early years, the British Empire cast a long shadow over the Gulf. They weren't interested in colonizing the land, but they needed to secure their trade routes to India. They enforced maritime treaties that cracked down on piracy and established a fragile peace. For the fledgling settlement of Dubai, this British presence offered a shield of stability. Under the calm leadership of Ubayd and Maktoum, the small port began to attract traders and grow. By the late 1800s, Dubai was modestly successful, built on the twin pillars of pearling and trade. Then came a leader with extraordinary foresight, Sheikh Maktoum bin Hashir al Maktoum. He recognized that to truly prosper, Dubai needed to be different. In 1894, he made a groundbreaking decision. He abolished all customs duties. This move was revolutionary. Suddenly, merchants from Persia and India, who were facing heavy taxes elsewhere, flocked to Dubai. The city became a tax-free haven, and its creek buzzed with activity. New districts like Al-Bastakia sprang up, filled with the distinctive architecture and vibrant trade networks of Persian merchants, forever enriching the city's cultural fabric. Entering the 20th century, Dubai's economy was almost entirely dependent on one precious commodity: pearls. Thousands of men would spend months at sea, diving in perilous conditions to harvest these lustrous gems from the Gulf. It was a tough, dangerous business, but it made the city rich. However, this prosperity was built on a knife's edge. In the 1910s, a new invention from Japan sent shockwaves through the market: the cultured pearl. These cheaper, mass-produced pearls flooded the global market, and the demand for natural Gulf pearls collapsed almost overnight. Dubai's economy was shattered, plunging the city into a severe depression. This crisis was a harsh lesson in the dangers of relying on a single industry. But it also set the stage for one of Dubai's greatest leaders. Sheikh Rashid bin Said Al Maktoum inherited a struggling city in the 1950s. The once bustling creek, the very heart of Dubai's trade, was silting up, becoming too shallow for larger ships. Without the oil wealth that some of its neighbors were beginning to enjoy, Dubai was on the verge of fading back into obscurity. Sheikh Rashid knew he had to take a massive risk. He made a bold decision to borrow a huge sum of money, £400,000, from Kuwait. His plan: to dredge the Dubai Creek. Many thought he was mad, staking the city's future on a loan he might never repay. But the gamble paid off spectacularly. Once the creek was deepened, larger ships could enter the port again. Trade boomed, and Dubai quickly became the busiest port between Muscat and Bahrain. During this time, the city also cleverly leveraged its free trade status to become a major hub for the gold trade, much of which was smuggled into India, earning Dubai the nickname the City of Gold. The late 1960s ushered in another period of dramatic change. Britain announced it would be withdrawing its military presence from the Gulf, leaving a power vacuum in the region. Sheikh Rashid, a pragmatic and collaborative leader, worked closely with his counterpart in Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Zayed. Together, they forged a new nation. In 1971, the United Arab Emirates was born. Just as this new chapter began, Dubai's fortunes changed forever. In 1966, oil was discovered offshore in the Fatah field. While Dubai's oil reserves were modest compared to Abu Dhabi's, the revenue was transformative. Sheikh Rashid didn't hoard the new wealth, he invested it directly into the city's future. Roads, hospitals, schools, and modern infrastructure began to rise from the sand. Crucially, Sheikh Rashid understood that oil was a temporary gift. He knew Dubai's long-term survival depended on trade, not black gold. This belief drove his most ambitious projects. He commissioned the construction of Port Rashid and then, on an even grander scale, the Jebel Ali port, which would become the largest man-made harbor in the world. Alongside it, he created the Jebel Ali Free Zone, an economic experiment that allowed foreign companies 100% ownership and zero taxes. It was an irresistible offer, and international businesses poured in, laying the foundation for Dubai's modern, diversified economy. His son, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, took this vision and amplified it for the 21st century. Under his leadership, Dubai set its sights on becoming a global hub for finance, tourism, and real estate. The ambition was breathtaking. This was the era of iconic, world-famous projects. The sail-shaped Burj Al Arab, the man-made Palm Jumeirah Islands, and the audacious World Islands project all captured global attention. And then came the crowning jewel, Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on Earth. These weren't just construction projects, they were marketing masterstrokes, symbols of a city that dared to dream bigger than anyone else. But this rapid ascent was not without turbulence. The 2008 global financial crisis hit Dubai hard. The city's real estate bubble burst, and the state-owned conglomerate, Dubai World, found itself unable to pay its staggering $26 billion debt. The world watched, wondering if the Dubai dream was over. But in a moment of national solidarity, Abu Dhabi stepped in with a $10 billion bailout. This lifeline stabilized the economy and allowed Dubai to push forward. As a gesture of gratitude, the world's tallest building was renamed Burj Khalifa, in honor of the UAE's president, Sheikh Khalifa of Abu Dhabi. The tower became a symbol not just of ambition, but of resilience and unity. Today, Dubai is a thriving global metropolis with a population of over 3.6 million people, more than 85% of whom are expatriates from every corner of the globe. Dubai now accounts for less than 1% of its GDP. The city's economy is powered by tourism, trade, finance, and logistics. Its international airport is consistently one of the busiest in the world. Looking ahead, the Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan outlines a future focused on sustainability, innovation, and an even higher quality of life. The secret to Dubai's incredible success isn't luck, or geography, or even oil. It's the story of consistent, visionary leadership. It's about a dynasty that saw crisis not as a setback, but as an opportunity. They took calculated risks, embraced free trade, and relentlessly invested in a future beyond oil. The story of Dubai is a powerful testament to human ingenuity and the will to build something extraordinary from nothing. From a few huts by a desert creek to a glittering global city, it remains one of the most remarkable urban transformations in modern history. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.